It's an engine, not a motor. Now when the live wire comes out, you can call it a motor. What's going on, everybody? Day 5 along the Route 66 trip right now, and I'm in Rolla, R-O-L-L-A, Rolla, Missouri. Trying to avoid some rain here, so I'm going to get a move on. Thought I'd stop and admire this train here, though. Now I'm going to try and at least get to Springfield, which is about 150 miles away from here. There's some pretty big thunderstorms that are going through Oklahoma City right now and Tulsa, so I'm definitely going to try to avoid that. I just left St. James, Missouri. It was raining a bit this morning, so I was kind of chilling out, having some breakfast, waiting out the rain. And just as I was leaving, there was a dude there named Jack. Jack rides a Honda Shadow that he inherited from his uncle. It's a pretty cool bike, actually. It looked really comfortable to ride. Jack, as it turns out, works at the St. James Winery, and right now it's late September, so it's harvest time. I can attest. The train's kind of cool, actually. Now I can attest that harvest time at a winery is hard work. So they're pulling the grapes, they're pressing the grapes, they're pulling off all the vines from the grapes. So Jack's got his work cut out for him. But Jack also is an engineering student, so this is kind of like a gig for him while he's in school. Jack, it was great to meet you, man. I'm glad I did. And good luck with school, man. And have fun at the winery. Because I've done that winery work before, that's why I can attest to it. A buddy of mine used to work at a winery in Paso Robles, California. He's not in the business anymore, but when he did work in the business, I'd head out to Paso and I'd work with him for a couple of weeks. Hard work, man. A lot of fun, though. A lot of fun to see that process. But it was fun chatting with Jack, you know, hearing his story, what he does, and that's one of the best things about this trip is meeting the people along the way. Learning the stories. I stayed at a campground last night at Merrimack Springs Park. I think it's called Merrimack Springs Park. Merrimack Springs Park. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And the people there were super friendly as well. I'm having so much fun meeting everybody along the way. It might happen if I was in a car, like somebody may notice, you know, out-of-state plates on it and say, oh, what you doing here? You're riding Route 66? You may chat for a bit, but there's just something about being on a motorcycle and chatting with other motorcyclists. And even non-motorcyclists are so intrigued by what you're doing, especially if you're on a bike like this. It creates a little bit more dialogue, a little bit more conversation. Makes it a bit more fun. So I'm pulling myself off of Route 66 for a bit today. I want to take a little bit of a different route, primarily because there are some fun hills just south of here that I want to get on and ride around. I mean, if this truck wasn't in the way, you'd be able to see the beauty of the hills in front of me right now. Being day 5, though, it's definitely laundry day, so 2 objectives today. 1, laundry. 2, more importantly, avoid the rain. All while staying safe, of course. Because laundromats can be dangerous. You didn't see that one coming. Alright, here here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is gonna be some fun riding today. Riding in Illinois was fun. Definitely different type of riding than I've done the last couple of days, where it was flat and straight, and I can really pull on the throttle. I can really make this little 883 go. Now it's a lot more curvy. I'm shifting a lot between third, fourth, and fifth gears on some of these windy, twisty, hilly roads of Missouri. I'm having a lot of fun on these roads. It's unseasonably warm here too, right? Like the last couple of days, they've had record highs. It was in the low 90s yesterday. Today it's a little cooler because of the clouds, but man, it was hot. I was expecting some cooler temperatures to ride through for sure. So another really cool thing that I'm learning while on this trip, well, not learning, but reminding myself of, is very related to the video that I have on assumptions, expectations, and hope. Challenging yourself by putting yourself in a different environment. And I've been talking about this throughout this series. It's where you really learn about yourself. But I think when we live in a certain area, we have certain expectations and assumptions in our mind about what a certain area is like. Now, I have some friends who would say, I would never live in Missouri. Missouri is not a state that I would love. My dad's retired and my mom is semi-retired right now. And they live on 3 acres, and they love the place that they live now. Their house is paid off. It's a beautiful area for them to live in. But as they age, they're thinking about having a smaller place to live, something not so much work, because they've got gardens and greenhouses and lots of lawn to mow. They'll reach a point where they won't be able to do that anymore. I was talking to my dad and mom once about it. Told them they should move south. They should move to Arkansas or Missouri. And my mom thought, no, I don't ever want to live in that area. And one of the reasons why I told them to possibly think about moving here is because the taxes are so darn low. The cost of living is so low that they can really stretch their retirement. God, it's so beautiful here. Look at this. Ah, this is fun. And I'm guilty of having those expectations sometimes too. I did not think I would like Missouri as much as I do now. But I'm having a lot of fun here. Riding in this area. Hey, look at the beauty of this area. And I think if my mom were down in this area seeing this, I think her expectations of Missouri would be vastly different. Because this is beautiful. Ah. As beautiful as those clouds look over those hills up in front of us here, I'm really hoping that rain holds off for a while. At least until I can find a place to stop and chill out. So those are my thoughts so far about St. James and Rolla and Missouri and all the people that I've met along the way. How I'm forcing myself to temper my expectations, to keep an open mind about certain areas, and hope to have fun and hope to meet some cool people, because that's exactly what's happening so far.